Hello everyone, welcome back to 20 Names, now called 20 Baby Names. This week I have a list of names associated with the moon or concept of the moon. Names meaning moon have been on the rise these past few years. Of course, there are the beautiful staple names that have been associated with the moon like Luna, which means moon in Latin, as well as Selena, which means moon goddess in Greek, or Artemis and Apollo, that all sound regal and timeless. They are very popular, and some choose these names because they are so popular. Then there are those who seek more rare names that mean moon. So here are my top picks for not so popular names that mean moon or are inspired by the concept. First, I have the name Ayla, which means halo of light around the moon in Turkish. Then I have the bold name Moonlight, an English word meaning the light of the moon, of course. Not many would use this, but I commend those who would. I would love to see this beautiful name in use. Next, I have the name Saira, meaning sun or sun throne in Persian, but I've also read that it means moon as well. Then there is the more usable name JC, which means moon in a Native American language. Then, one of my personal favorites, Aya. This name represents the moon in the ancient Egyptian language. Then I have the A name, Avatia, or Avatia, or Avatea. If you know how this is pronounced, please let me know. But it is Polynesian, specifically from Cook Islands mythology. How exotic. Next is the Oriental name Tsuki, which is the Japanese word for moon. This next name is very vintage sounding. It sounds like it was pulled straight from the early 1900s. Juna, meaning light of the moon. Then a name with a powerful moon associated meaning, London, meaning fortress of the moon, probably the coolest name meaning on this list. Next is the moon-associated name Serenity, after the Sea of Serenity, a crater on the surface of the moon. The word serenity itself means peaceful, so associated with the moon makes it feel like it means peaceful moon. Next I have the name Io, Jupiter's moon. I love this name because it sounds so futuristic. With only 2 letters, it still manages to have a really cool sound. I would love to see this name used in the future. Another Oriental name, Yue, is the Chinese word name for moon. Similar to Io, these two would make great sibling names, Yue and Io. Next, another vintage sounding name, Buzz, after Buzz Aldrin, a man who walked on the moon. When I think of this name, I just think of how cool his parents were to name him Buzz. I love it. Next, I have the name Tycho. Tycho is a prominent lunar impact crater located in the southern lunar highlands of the moon and is named after the Danish astronomer Tycho Brahe. The counterpart to Aya, I have the name Khonsu, strongly associated with the moon. Khonsu is an Egyptian word meaning traveler, but it is in relation to how the moon travels the sky. I personally think Aya and Khonsu would make great sibling names. Next, I have another futuristic name, Vanth. Vanth is the single satellite or moon of Pluto. Next, I have Aizen. This is a submitted name meaning moon soul from Kazakh. You might also pronounce it Aizen. Next, I have Jericho, a biblical name, but it is said to mean city of the moon. A more masculine name next, I have the name Luan, a Portuguese word or name meaning moon. I love how simple Luan is, and could satisfy those who like the Aidens and the Tristans, and who want something a bit more special. Next is perhaps a sister name to Luan. I have the name Lunette, meaning little moon in medieval French. How interesting to have a specifically medieval name meaning moon. And that is all I have for my 20 moon-inspired names. I hope you have found the forever name you're looking for. If you have any similar names, please leave them below so others can find them. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next name list that will be up next Friday. That intensely shows how much of a nerd I am. I can't wait to show that list to you. It has some of the coolest names I've ever heard. Thank you again, and see you next week.